All right, Alethea, the floor is yours, and you're ready, set, 3 minutes, go.
Thank you. What strikes you when you look at this image? If you notice in the top left corner, the words lazy and irresponsible are present. This is the negative image we want to deconstruct as we attempt to solve the problem of the lack of financial planning and literacy for 16 to 24-year-olds. Introducing Rachel, Laura, Suzanne, and myself, Alethea, we are Team DCU. From our research, we found out that the average person drinks 2 cups of coffee a day, with the average cup of coffee costing €3.65. As you can see, this will add up over time. Our target market is 16 to 24-year-olds. This is a generation of people that have grown up on technology and have had access to some form of technology for every day for the majority of their lives. They can learn a language, track their habits, and even play a simple game, all on one device. We thought, why not add learning about finance to the mix? Our solution is a gamified app that improves financial literacy and empowers the students to budget with daily questions to promote routine engagement with financial cost budgeting. Our budget schedule is customizable to allow students to effectively set aside their income in order to save for short-term or long-term investments. We aim, oh, sorry, I think I've skipped. Yep, okay, sorry about that. Our solution, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry about that. We aim to partner with established banks. Our app will have 2 options, a freemium model giving you the option to learn about financial literacy, and a membership which will be covered by the bank if users sign up with their current bank. For the banks, this will encourage their users to stay locked in their ecosystem and to continue using their services, and in turn ours. Our main competition will be the likes of Revolut. Download our app and overcome your financial struggles to reach financial freedom. Thank you.
Fabulous, and under time, I always love. All right, so now I'm gonna open the floor to the judges. You guys have roughly 3 minutes as well to ask questions of Team DCU. Anyone from the team is more than welcome to answer questions, or Alicia can.
I'll start with a question. Is there any alternative solutions by any of those banks you're looking to partner with?
I guess when we were looking at all the banks ourselves have our online banking systems, and we noticed when we looked on the apps, there can be quite outdated, sometimes a bit simplistic, and doesn't fulfill the needs of young people. So the alternative that we want to offer is that partners with them and allows the banks get to benefit, and so do we. And I think people kind of forget about the 16 to 24-year-old age sometimes and don't cater to their needs. They're more focused on their elders or older people who are looking for mortgages or loans and stuff.
And just to follow up on that, do you know of any other banks that, or like online banking that do have that and how it works? Like, for example, Revolut?
Oh, Suzanne, we can't hear you.
Annie.
I can answer.
Yeah, go for it.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, I guess as well, a lot of us use Revolut, and the features in that are really easy and quick to find. You know, it has that kind of expenses that you can track, which I think a lot of people like the features of, but it doesn't include like learning about them. And I think that's what we want to change and target and actually help you realize. But I think, yeah, Revolut is the biggest competitor, and I think alone, I know they had like 40,000 junior members from like 12 years old age group who registered in the last 4 months. So there's a massive market with Revolut, and so the banks, the more established ones, have been kind of losing out if they're not offering these type of services to the younger people.
Okay, yeah, both my kids have a Revolut. That's what I was asking. Cool, thank you. That's it.
So quick question from my side is a bit linked to what Iana was asking. Is I kind of like understand the benefits to to the students, right, or the 16 to 24-year-old that's using it. But what's not clear to me is the benefit to the bank, right? And also, what's also not clear to me is what exactly is going to be the banking service that will be connected to your app, right? So you mentioned that the banks will be connected, but what exactly will be the role of the banks on your app? If you could quickly provide some clarity on that.
I can, if you can hear me, I can answer this question. Can everyone hear me? Yeah.
Yep.
I can hear you.
Okay. Sorry about that. But essentially what we're trying to do with our app is to kind of broaden what they're offering now. There have been a lot of new banking apps that have popped up in recent years, such as Revolut, and we think it kind of shows with a lot of traditional banks that they kind of lack that aspect on their kind of technology sector that can often lose them in the market with 16 to 24-year-olds. So I guess what we're doing for banks is giving them a solution kind of to them that is catered for students, made by students. So we kind of understand what students will be looking for, something that's accessible and something that also speaks to them on their level. And also hoping to help to educate them on budgeting and things around financial literacy in order to improve that when they go to their banks if they have any queries or questions. So I guess what we're trying to do is to improve the banking services and what they have now, and also help to improve what students know when they go to try and budget in the future.
And I think add on to that for the banks, you know, it's all about your customer basis. So if you're not getting them at 16 to 24-year-old, you may lose them down the line for mortgages and loans and that type of stuff. And they may move to another bank that offers those services. So it's about getting them in at the right time, being like, look, this bank offers me all these services. And, you know, if I need a mortgage or a loan down the line, I'm going to them and I'm going to stick with them.
Yeah, but the solution is not for the bank, right? Because you're going to be connecting to multiple banks.
Yeah.
So there's nothing that differentiates that bank, because other banks too can connect to your app, right? And will your app be sitting on the bank's application, or the bank's application is sitting on your app?
I guess we haven't thought about which element. I suppose when we originally thought of it, that you could sign up with your bank account, so it would be linked to your bank account. So the details for like the budgeting, for example, could be fed into the budgeting system in this. I think I get what you're saying. Like every bank can offer it. I think it's more, you know, it can sometimes be a hassle to change banks. So if the bank offers it at the early stages, and people will be less inclined to move and kind of stick with the bank as it is when you're younger. Because I know a lot of people who are in the bank is with their parents, and their parents signed up for it and set up a junior account or a younger account. So it's kind of continuing on that journey with that bank. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. All right, wonderful. Thank you, Team DCU. Great presentation and great job at fielding questions. You guys got some hard ones. So next up, we're going to have Team NUIG. With Liam is going to be presenting. Liam Oxley. We have several Liams. There he is. If you'll share your screen for me.
Yeah, no bother.
All right, get yourself in present there.
Okay.
All right, you have 3 minutes on the clock. Ready, go.
So first, I'd like everybody to just think about the first time you met your best friend in college, about all the times that they helped you through college, helped you in exams, helped you just live out your college experience to the best way possible. And now I'd like you to think about, what if that wasn't possible? What if a virus took the opportunity for you to meet up with potential friends that you'd have for your entire college year? Or if social anxiety prevented you from even going out and feeling that you're capable of making friends. So according to studies, it takes 57 hours of one-to-one contact for casual acquaintances to turn into friends. And a study done by the University of California showed that because of the coronavirus, students' emotional and mental health have dropped to an all-time low. and this leads to loneliness and isolation. So Team NUIG, to tackle this problem, has come up with Uniconnect. Uniconnect is a university social platform where students are put together in one group so that they can talk and help each other and study and help each other out throughout the year and academically, which can turn into a social friendship. So we hope to be in affiliation with the university to provide already registered students onto this platform, so they don't have to go out and make up messenger group chats or take the effort into meeting new people themselves. So they be through their course groups, they'd be put into study groups where they can put up questions and go into FaceTime calls and the likes like that. As well as that, we hope to implement social or society pages where students can go and learn about the societies in a very easy to access way. So the way we hope to fund this is through an annual subscription paid by the college, but though it's in association with the college, we hope to make it as informal as possible to be able to create that friendship through students without feeling it's too much affiliated with education. And we feel this idea is very scalable, as because this platform already has students on it, they can put up different things that's going on in their lives, whether it's through college or outside college. It's for students, by students. So really, we want to tackle this problem of social connections, non-healthy social connections, or lack of by creating a place for students to socialize and make friends in a platform. So does anybody have any questions?
There you go. I'm about to cut you off.
Yeah, thanks. Nice presentation. Just a quick question, right? So this is for students to connect, right? But connect virtually, not physically. So what would you say are the advantages of virtual connection as opposed to the students having a physical connection? And don't mention COVID, okay? Apart from COVID.
Yeah, well, like I said at the start, some students suffer from social anxiety, and they even when they're within their classes, they find it hard to go up to people and connect with them socially. So by putting up a platform for students to help each other out, they'd be able to do one-on-one. Well, I propose this problem in a course, and this person helped me out, and it sort of brings that link that one-on-one connections sometimes don't do when you feel a bit socially awkward in that sense. So by bringing a problem together, such as an academic question or a problem, that sort of brings up the first initial contact, which some people mightn't feel comfortable to do one-on-one. And then obviously, I know you said not to mention COVID, but it is a big, this would be particularly helpful in COVID today. So, but like I said, with social anxiety, it could be or would be helpful.
I also have a few questions. Where would the platform be hosted? Would it be a website or an app? Where could the students virtually meet up? Yeah, so we hope to do it through an app that would be affiliated with the college. So it would sort of be similar enough to a Facebook Messenger group chat, or even a Facebook page where students are already, preloaded onto this. We to be honest, we haven't really thought about which would be the most beneficial. I suppose with students already going onto their university pages, it would be useful to have a website. But then as well, I feel that an app would be a lot more
you know, easy to use and easy to access whenever students want.
Yeah, and how would the app then adapt to a changing environment? Let's say COVID's gone in a couple of months or years, whenever this would be. What would then be the need for the app if students can meet up again in person and everything's back to normal, basically?
Yeah. So, you know, say if I have a problem in college, what I do is I go to my friends. But if I didn't have, you know, if I didn't have those, you know, people that I could help out, you know, that the people are always going to have problems in courses and problems in questions and problems like that. So that, you know, as well as, you know, like that, it can, that platform is always there for students to help each other out. And as well as that, like I said, another feature we'd want to have is an events page, so that students, whether it's through the college or outside the college, they can put events that they're, you know, hosting up, or which will be another way for students to, you know, interact with each other. And so really it's just an overall platform where students can be there for each other and put up things that other students might be interested in. So like it gets students to get involved, and then it helps students who want people to get involved as well. So it's sort of like a win-win basis on that front as well.
Question from my side before time goes. So are you considering other kind of like revenue sources for this platform? What I mean is, I mean, you mentioned schools could pay to kind of like have it connected to the students, but could the students also, basically, if you're looking at things like hosting events, are you looking at the potential of things like ticketing and maybe marketplaces, you know, existing on this platform for students that are entrepreneurial and have services that they can offer to other students?
Absolutely. If you know, because we have that events page, there is that source of revenue for students to, if there was a play or musical going on, they can put their the tickets up on the website, which is easy to access and easier to for students to see, to get, you know, whereas the likes of Eventbrite is fantastic, but students aren't always on Eventbrite checking to see what's up and coming. And, you know, as well, you know, if it's students are interested in a society, you know, obviously we'd have a notifications page for things that are going on, but if there was a society page on it, you can click in and see, well, this is what they're running through the year, and this is where we can make, you know, this is where tickets can be sold, and like that. So there is loads of aspects of revenue that we can delve into that isn't just for, you know, the page isn't just for students to interact, because I know there probably wouldn't be much revenue on that, or in that college side of it, or the academic side, I should say. But getting a college subscription will be our primary source of revenue.
Okay. Great work, Team NUIG. I'm going to cut you guys off there. Thank you, Liam. Great presentation and great fielding of questions. With Team Peter from Team UCC, if you will, once Liam's down, if you will share your screen. Be up next.
Hello, everyone. 2 seconds there now. Okay.
Present.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Peter from UCC, and along with my colleagues Joseph, Garrod, and Magic, we've come up with an idea to raise funds for Marymount Hospice in Cork. I'm going to start off with a few statistics from the Cancer Society in 2019. So a person dies every hour from cancer in Ireland. So if you think of it that way, 9 people have died in the time we've done this idea creation the last 3 days. Nearly 45,000 new cases in Ireland in 2019. Now, I don't have to tell you that cancer affects every single person in Ireland in some way, either a family member or a friend, you know yourself, it's a very prevalent disease in Ireland. We also have some statistics from the hospice side of things. So the CEO, Sarah McCluskey in Marymount, said that Marymount needs about 3.5 million annually to provide its services, which is essential and everyone needs. And in 2018, the Irish Hospital Foundation said that state funding only accounted for 10% of overall funding. That's from an Irish Examiner article in 2019. So think about that, 10% of annual funding comes from the state. The other 90% comes from, a lot of that comes from public fundraising. So our idea is to set up a virtual and physical flower shop to raise much needed funds for the hospice in Cork, and also start a regional campaign to spread awareness about Marymount Hospice. We will do this by setting up a virtual website where you can buy flower seeds, veg seeds, and other eco-friendly items to raise funds for Marymount, but also set up social media campaigns for people to send in pictures of the flowers and veg they've grown to spread awareness and raise funds for Marymount. Our target customers would be adults who own their own properties and live in areas outside of our urban environments, obviously, because you're growing vegetables and flowers. We will measure impact with this by spreading awareness of the service. We will measure impact by trying to grow as much of a following on social media as possible, and also by raising funds for the hospice itself. By the time that this gets viable and profitable enough for Marymount to run this themselves, we will then hand it over. But obviously that might take 2 or 3 years, so they can actually hire someone to run the shop themselves and do the ordering and distribution. We aim to distribute the product by small and medium enterprises around the Cork region, but as it grows, we aim to spread out towards Munster and even nationally as it grows and grows. So we're pretty confident this could work, and we've priced flowers and wholesale seeds on sites in the UK and Netherlands, and we see there's a good opportunity and a good margin when selling them, so that Marymount could get a decent funds. Thanks very much.
Cool. Great work. Judges, if you have any questions for Team UCC and Peter, the floor is yours.
Just clarification. So the flowers will be sourced somewhere else, or is the idea to link with the florists and shops locally to do this?
No, like, I mean, look, if florists and garden centers want to sell our products, fair enough, but a lot of them wouldn't. A lot of them would see us as competition, to be quite honest. Our whole premise of the idea is to buy seeds wholesale and repurpose them, repackage them into smaller packets and sell them that way, but obviously in a kind of eco-sustainable way. So we're looking at recycled packaging rather than buying packaging from China or one of those countries that would, you know, mass produce packaging. So no, we're not looking to get flower shops or florists involved at all. And we're looking more towards flower seeds and bulbs and veg seeds like that, not actual flowers or bouquets of flowers, as that's a very saturated market.
And in terms of kind of volumes, have you looked at like how big is that market to actually kind of get out of it, as in how much you'll be able to get for the hospice?
Well, for this year, I've set a kind of ambitious target to raise about 10,000 if I could. So that's a lot of flower seeds and veg seeds to sell. But I've looked up wholesalers in the UK and the Netherlands, and the prices are fairly competitive. So as long as you're willing to break up let's say if you ordered a kilo of seeds and you're willing to redistribute that into 10 kg packs or whatever, and redistribute it to retailers, you'd make a good margin.
Okay.
I mean, this is something that's very close to my heart, because I actually lost someone, 2 weeks ago, 17-year-old, to cancer, and it was a painful experience. So I kind of like totally relate to the mission that you're working on. But a quick question I'm going to ask: why flowers?
I suppose where Marymount Hospice is in Cork it's out in the country, that it's very close to the city, but there's all kind of fields and stuff around it, but they've actually got it's out in the kind of country, let's say. So the idea originally was to grow some wildflowers around it. But if you can get the campaign going, if you link up with Tidy Towns, and there's another foundation called Friends of Marymount that raise money for the hospice as well. But if you link up with Tidy Towns nationally and got them to plant a few flowers and just put the sign out, it raises awareness, but also for the likes of yourself who has lost someone, or anyone who's on this call who has lost someone. If you pass that, you say, oh my God, you'll think of something, you'll have fond memories, you know. And I think it's also kind of good for local ecology. Like there's a big campaign at the moment to help insects and things like that. So it's just a good way of giving back that's kind of beneficial to the local ecology and the eco-friendly as well, you know. And as I said, we'll be looking at every aspect of this has to be eco-friendly. We don't want to be buying in packaging and using plastic and all that, you know what I mean? So
thanks for that. And is this something you look to replicate later on if it's successful with this hospice?
Yes, exactly.
Look at maybe other hospices.
Exactly. So like Marymount is the regional hospice for Munster, but we would like, as if this goes national, obviously you would be raising money for your own hospice or cancer charities in your own area. I wouldn't like to someone buying seeds up in Dublin and it's going to hospice in Cork, because although it's still a good cause, you'd like to see your money going to the local area. So there's the Children's Hospice in Dublin, so that'd be a good candidate if it went national, you know. And I do believe, and I'm confident in this project, that it could go national and it could scale well, especially if you get onto the likes of Tidy Towns and things like that, you know what I mean? Because everyone has been affected by cancer in some way. And I think, yeah, there is a market there for it. Originally, the idea was to do bouquets of flowers, but it was just too saturated. So this is what I've settled on, I suppose.
Fabulous. Great. Thank you, Peter and Team UCC. Great work. We're on to Liam Holland this time from Team UCD number 2. There, Liam, if you will share your screen with us, please.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Quick preview.
Hello everyone. I'm Liam, and on behalf of UCD, I want to ask you the following question. What is the thing that students have most in common, in your opinion? Before you answer, I'll answer for you. Is that too many of us are broke. So we aim to address this problem. More technically, we aim to address the problem of the lack of financial planning and literacy from 16 to 24-year-olds that prevails in our society today. So why are so many of us broke? Well, I think we can all agree that secondary school education does not really get you ready for the school of life in the big bad world today. All too often, I find in my personal experience that students are scratching their heads over easy to explain concepts such as like emergency tax and savings accounts. And with the pandemic having, wrought a terrible impact on the global economy, we feel it is high time for students to take their finances into their own hands. Facts such as 79% of college students feel today that the government does not support them enough in their college work show that personal thriftiness and financial savvy could really be used today, now more than ever. We feel that our solution will empower students to become more financially independent. So if you are a student who is financially broken, prepare to be awoken by our solution, Fine Education. My teammate Sri designed a prototype for our app. So with this app, we wanted to create a platform that was easy as possible to navigate and understand. We wanted to make 2 sections of the app, one media-oriented section and one software platform containing useful financial programs. So the media section will contain a student-led discussion forum answering key questions that students have. For example, they could look up, the most affordable places in Dublin to eat, which will generate related discussion boards along with articles created by alumni and current students on the related topic. We really tried to orient this section around the notion of students helping other students in a convenient and detailed way. The other aspect to our app will be a financial software platform. This will contain things like a budget planner tailored for part-time earnings, a financial goal planner, and links to businesses offering student deals relative to the user's location. We feel that this section of the app will give students a means of actually empowering their personal finances and not just teaching them about finance. So how we propose to implement our plan is firstly to team up with Nova UCD, one of Ireland's leading innovative hubs, and later Dogpatch Studios to help get our idea off the ground. So how do we get people to join? So firstly, we plan to trial our app with a Wheeling University to allow their students to use our package. After that, we can appeal to students via email and via university social media pages. Hopefully more universities will join us after that. So in terms of revenue generation, possible avenues include a subscription fee for universities to allow their students to access our service, and also promotional and marketing fees for advertising student deals on our app. Thank you, and is there any questions?
Bravo, Liam, great work. Judges, if you have any questions.
Yeah, I have a question. Good presentation. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
When you were talking about the features for the financial planning, what would be the top 3 features you guys will be looking at for the students to use on that section?
So we feel like we wanted to create something that would combine education along with empowerment. So firstly, education, in terms of education, the forum would be most important. So we want to have something like a Quora or a Reddit where you can look up your problem, and what will come up is like a discussion board where a student similar to your provision has asked this question and other students who are on our platform can answer. Then underneath that, we want to create articles created by former students on tips related to the question you're just asking. Secondly, you asked about we want to empower the students. So we feel like a budget planner tailored to part-time earnings, which is obviously more suited to conventional budget planners. They're accounting for full-time jobs and not necessarily for students. And then common things you see in the finance websites like transaction reports, but also a really handy thing that I feel not enough students take part of is the sheer amount of student deals available to us. So if we create a kind of a widget where it will allow students to look at the student deals being offered by businesses in their local area, we feel like that'd be not only a good source of revenue generation for us, but it'll allow students to get the cheapest deal possible and maintain their finances.
And in regards to the platform itself, right? Would you say that is it going to be an open platform? How do you intend to refresh all those type of like tips, the education? What would be your plan to make sure that the advice is fresh and up to date?
So yeah, as you said, open platform. We plan to make it a site for students, run by students. So every student can contribute. What you need to enter it obviously is like your university email, which that technology obviously exists. So you need a university email to log into our platform. After that, you can ask questions, answer questions, and contribute in any way you can really, but also use the software available on our app.
So you don't plan to use any subject matter experts that are well trained in financial planning to provide professional advice or service on the platform?
Yeah, well, see, we already have a website for that. If you want to do that, so we really want to deliver the student message. If you want to do that, you could literally just Google search it. We wanted to deliver a student-oriented message, so we just want students or even student alumni with university emails to contribute in kind of an informal way.
Great. Cool, Liam. Is there any other questions?
Just a quick one. In terms of partnering with Nova UCD, is the aim to go with UCD as the first university then?
To be honest, it's with any university that'll have us. So obviously we want to make it a pitch to all of it, but even that, I feel like UCD would be a convenient one because it has the most amount of students in Ireland and would generate the most usage, I suppose. It could be just because of the sheer amount of students.
And from the point of view of things that are going on already in UCD, would you be looking to kind of move their stuff onto your app instead of them monitoring? Because I know UCD does have kind of their own thing already, or kind of each university, I guess, would have their own way of sharing things.
So what do you mean by that? Like,
so I mean, would the
if UCD
university have access to push their items onto the, by having kind of a subscription in a way to the app, being part of the network, that they can promote some things
No.
as well then?
No, we don't want that. We feel like it's in their interest as much as ours for their students to be able to join our service. So we feel like UCD already have their own UCD Connect, like a platform which allows students to, you know, look at whatever their academic lectures maybe and so on. So I feel like UCD won't even look for it, to be honest, and then Facebook pages and stuff.
Okay.
Cool. Well, thank you, Liam, from UCD number 2. Next up, we have Stephen. He'll be presenting for TUD. Where's Stephen? Shout out.
Perfect. Can we all see me? Can we all hear me? Yeah, brilliant. Okay, I'm already ready. Let me share my screen one second.
3 minutes on the clock.
Can we see the slides?
Yep. If you put yourself in present, so you get to see
1
3
second.
parts of the whole thing.
Perfect. Okay. Lovely. So I'll get started. Okay. So first of all, my name's Stephen. I want to thank everybody for coming here today. And I want to thank What a Hack for putting on this. It's been a great show. And also for Enacuts Ireland for putting on the contest. So I'll get into the problem and our idea. So basically, we have a problem with third level education here in Ireland. Every year, students finish secondary school and begin third level education. They're told by significant adults in their life, whether that's guidance, counselors, parents, that when it comes to college, you learn on your own terms. What they don't know is sometimes we have students that, like myself, that when you finish school, though, you don't know what you want to do. You don't know where you want to be, and you don't know where you want to be professionally. And realistically, it's a scary prospect, and it forces students to choose a course that might not be for them, that might not be the right fit, to choose trends and to choose based on their friends, but not themselves. Every year, we have 6,200 students. Sorry, slide. Sorry, 1 sec, I went the wrong way. It doesn't matter. Every year, we have 6,200 students drop out of higher education institutions, not for the lack of wanting to be there, but for not finding the course that suits them. We want to recycle them, to get them to come back to college and to get them to fit into a course that fits them better. How do we solve this problem for this populace? Enacuts TU Dublin, being run and managed through college itself, want to fix this problem. As we know the solution, as it is our problem as a third level institution. Careercraft is the cure. The program narrows students in the fields of study for evaluation, test, and post dropout. Then on their reapplication to college, this problem steps in to shine a light on what will work for them. We offer a practicum element in a 6-month transition program. We incorporate mentors from postgraduates, which is already part of their practicum element of their postgraduate, to do a teaching module to lead the program. Careercraft is trying to goes for the try before you buy mentality. We course match you, like I said, through the dropout evaluation. And this creates a timetable of modules of TU Dublin courses to TU Dublin dropout students, which is an incentive to keep them in the TU Dublin ecosphere. This benefits the college, postgraduate researchers for practicum, and the students in finding the course without the extra variables of finishing college and completely changing their social and the social pressures of doing so. Scale is an issue, and scale is a different size. So the 6,200 students nationally, but we can see that as a positive and an asset for further growth. We seek to specifically target high dropout courses, which are above the national average of 14% in higher level education institutes, specifically first-year students that recycle into try first year again. This includes students, this includes only subjects that aren't offered currently in art programs, such as STEM subjects, art subjects like arts, fine arts, etc. For example, if a student drops out of fine arts, and scores well in architecture and evaluation process, they then take this along with their other high scoring modules and ones they can choose from January to May. mimicking a second semester college year, keeping them in the college yearly cycle. They then are graded and the decision process is handed back to the students, who can run off the practicum insights and choose the course to reintegrate themselves back into college life, basically breaking the dropout cycle. The program is running partner.
Off there.
I'm already at 3 minutes. Right,
3.5 minutes. It's a
Oh,
great
sorry.
project, though. I understand why you have a lot to say, but hopefully the judges will ask you a question that you were going to say in your wrap up there. So judges, the floor is yours. You can guess what Stephen was going to say next.
Well, Stephen, good presentation. Thanks. Just a quick question from our side. How do you plan to attract the students that have, in a way, dropped off from their courses? What's the plan to get them onto this program that you're mentioning?
Okay, so if I was to drop out of college, let's say after first year, I have to do a dropout forms and forms to maintain my free college place in Ireland. So that's done before the October to November period after your first year and during the first year of college. That's then accredited through the college. So the college knows you've dropped out from that course at that point. At that point, you're then integrated by the college itself and partnered with ourselves into this program. So we're integrated as a partnership with the college to then take the students they know are dropping out and who have filled out the forms, which is to do with trying to maintain that free college place. So in such, we can assume that these people are going to recycle to try and get a different college place for the upcoming year. I'm going to take them and then push them into the program that way.
Okay. So that means you're looking for the students who have gotten the problem that you're solving for them, but not to be proactive to prevent the problem from happening.
So the thing is, we're trying to think of the fact that there's most students, they'll go into a course, like I said, but there's no, like you have guidance counselors in secondary schools, you'll have your parents who will be your influence, but there's not many ways to actually try before you buy a course. You might go to an open day, you might go to a open day in the college, and the college will go, hey, you want, for example, we'll go computer science, it's a high dropout rate in the country. You think of the positive elements of computer science, there's a high salary wage, great job, there's big MNCs that you can work for. You have all these positives that you go, yeah, I want to do computer science, but you're not seeing the side, which is the heavy arithmetic and mathematical side that needs to be done as part of modules to maintain and get that degree. So for us to go, okay, we're going to show you this and get you to do some of this before you go for it and actually go for the course. That's how you'll find out if you like it or not. And if the maths are for you, then perfect. But if it's not for you, you know before you go again, try to sign up and then end up dropping out from the course the second time.
Just a quick one in terms of kind of similar to a pace point. Would you not try to make it a bit kind of a dual way where you are starting the program early on before they come to college and they get the experience so that they're not wasting their time or professors wasting their time for whatever 3 months and then dropping out? Because I'm sure the dead mean on that is not easy for the university as well. So be it like organizing this, 1-day experience where they might get 1 hour on calculus and AP calculus and financial modeling and all that. Obviously not going to get a full lecture, but even if it's like half an hour, this is what it means, then that's a different way than kind of and as well that way you could get a much wider group of students getting in to do that. Then I think the dropout just seems a very small, I mean, I know it's 600, but doesn't from the point of view of like wider, because then you can partner with other colleges, not just TU, in terms of kind of doing these things as well. So something to consider.
Basically, I just want to talk about basic scale. So like you're saying, in terms of scale, first of all, it's 6,000, not 600, but also in terms of the fact of, we were considering, obviously, we would rather intervene before a dropout occurs. But in terms of targeting a niche enough market that we're not going to be over expansive, because if you pick too large of a target group for initial intervention and feasibility, you won't be able to operate and to select that persona, to target that persona and your product to them. So instead of us, we realistically want to, at a further point, intervene previously to the actual dropout. But we're going to have to make an assumption in terms of our resource management, the fact that we can't reach every student initially in the whole country that does the Leaving Cert every year, with our current resources and lack of partnerships within the field. So in establishing a partnership through assisting with the dropout issue, which is both assisting the university and the students, so they're both winning from that, would then give us that partnership that allows us to go, okay, we're partner with the university, then we can take this university's courses and apply this before the dropout happens. So basically what we're trying to do is eventually we want to get to that stage, but for initial feasibility and minimum viable products round 1 and 2 and the first few years of operation, if we have a niche enough and a small enough target group, allows us to effectively manage and reach that group, which we wouldn't be able to do with a larger populace off the bat, basically, without any financial intervention.
Great. Nice work. Great work, Stephen. Great presenting and also great fielding of questions. Okay, is Adi here? I know he was going to try and make it in at the last minute. I just didn't see him pop in, but I just want to make sure I didn't miss him. No, Adi. Okay. We have one last, the team from where are they from? UL. Wasn't able to be on the call. They all had scheduling conflicts. So but they did want you to hear their idea. So they sent a voice recording of their idea, and it's nice, short and sweet. And I will play it for you right now. Let me turn my volume up so y'all can hear it. Let's see if it'll play. I'll play it from a different place. Why is nothing playing? All right, I'll play it from a third place then. This is why we have 1,001 contingency plans. Okay, sorry, it's coming off my phone as this was contingency plan number 3, but hopefully y'all can hear exactly what they say. It's a good idea.
COVID-19 has definitely changed the way we live. It has made our daily lives even more digitalized than they were before. I mean, at one point, getting on a Zoom call with our friends was the only way to get a catch up. We've lost that social aspect of meeting people in person, which has brought about feelings of isolation among young people and the elderly. It affects people of all ages. Even though it's easier than ever to talk to anyone anywhere in the world, it still doesn't equate to meeting someone in person. So we realize this is an issue, but obviously because of going into lockdown again, it's hard to meet with people in person. So we feel like we can tackle this feeling of isolation by creating planned virtual events. Through this, we will have events such as a games night and online quizzes where people can get to know others who they don't already know. And we also want to create an area for a transfer of skills within this platform. This will allow people to be paired up with each other or a group of people in which you can maybe share a recipe or how you cook a meal. You can share your gardening skills. You can share your language skills, because we feel like through this way, people can get to know each other more. They can get engaged and involved, and it'll give them a way to get to know new people, but also feel like they're making a purpose by transferring the skills that they already know.
There we go. So that was the team from UL. They wanted to share their idea along with you all. So that is all of our pitches for the evening. Huge congrats, yes, to everyone who presented and to all of the teams who prepared the material for your presenters to present. Anna, were you able to get into the Discord?
I didn't get the second link.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to send you, as well as we have, as I said, backup plans galore. So I'm going to drop you guys a new Zoom link. You're going to jump into that one with Sophie, just because easier than sorting out any tech things. Is like another Zoom.
So we're not using the other service again. We're going to use the Zoom one.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a Zoom link right now. And then you can hop in to there. 1 second, let me get my chat back. And then you guys can jump over there with Sophie. She will be there if you have any questions or you need a neutral party. And while y'all are deliberating, Lizzie's on it. Lizzie's going to present some information about Enactus and the next steps for the teams. So if the judges will pop over to that Zoom that I just sent you there, we'll stay on this one. So when you're done deliberating, you can come right back to the same
Is it
link.
the one on the chat?
Yeah, the one I just sent you there in the chat.
Okay.
Sorry, don't see this chat.
Perfect. Thanks a million, Caitlin, for that. So while the judges are off deliberating, I'm really glad I'm not involved in the deliberations because honestly, they have such a hard job ahead of them. You guys did an amazing job. Normally in Enactus, we have you up pitching in a room in front of everybody. But this year, obviously, you've had to pitch online, and that is no easy feat at all whatsoever. So well done to you all. Myself and Aoife are absolutely so proud of you guys. You did an amazing job, and we really, really can't wait to see kind of where these innovations go. And I suppose that's the point of me kind of having this conversation with you guys. I hope you all like my meme. So where can you go next? So basically, I suppose in Enactus, we have an awful lot of students who come up with amazing ideas, but they don't really know what to do with it next. I suppose after participating in an event like this, we want you guys to know that this isn't the end. We want you guys to continue this journey with us in Enactus. So we do have a couple of events up our sleeves. So the first event that we have is the Enactus and Citi online presenting event. So this is a new addition to our programme, given the COVID situation that we currently are all in. And basically we have collaborated with a woman called Eilish Irvine. And she is from Irvine Training, and she's actually from Mayo, and I'm a fellow Mayo woman. So hello to all my Mayo huns. But basically this is an event.
Mayo.
Aoife Gal. Basically, guys, this is an event next Wednesday, and I suppose if you're in Enactus, great, this is going to really help you guys, but this is also going to help you in your college courses as well, so it's going to benefit you guys both ways. So basically, it's going to be a session for an hour and a half from 2 o'clock to 3:30, all around kind of, delivering online presentations and how to work remotely. So I've had a really good conversation with Eilish. She has loads of tips and tricks up her sleeves to help you guys to, work effectively, I suppose, over the next couple of months. She's also going to show you guys as well how to run, I suppose, effective meetings and how to keep people engaged, because let's be honest, it is really difficult. And I know you guys have engaged really well over the last 3 days. We really, really appreciate your time. But I know you guys are also running, internal team meetings. That can be quite difficult as well. So I hope you will join us next week. So next Wednesday, 2 to 3:30. And I think Aoife has dropped the link in the group chat as well for you guys. So you can go on, you can register right now. It's literally going to take you guys 30 seconds to do that.
It's the second link, guys, not the first link.
Oh, she's ahead of herself now today. Calm down. But yeah, so I suppose that is the first opportunity that we have for you guys as well. And then Eilish has kindly offered to do a second session with us on the 23rd, so next Friday, for 4 teams. So this is an exclusive event for 4 teams within our network who will have the opportunity to do a practice pitch event with Eilish, and she will give you guys tailored feedback and advice on your pitches. So that can be, whether you're considering to continue on in your Enactus journey with us and you want to present in the Citi pitch event that we have coming up in November, or for just general practice for your projects. If you're going to be pitching for seed funding for, different grants or anything over the next couple of weeks, it's a fantastic opportunity. So for you guys, I would highly recommend to register for the event. And I'm not just saying that because I work for Enactus, but I know Eilish has amazing content for you guys, and she's got tips and tools that you guys can use for project management and also for kind of remote engagement, things like that as well. So the second link, Aoife, I think that you've put in the group chat, is that right? The second one is for...
No.
Never mind. So the next opportunity that I'm going to talk to you a little bit about is the Citi pitch event. So this is going to happen on November 5th, So if you attended our Team Leadership Summit event, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about here. If you haven't heard of this event before, basically we have partnered with the Citi Foundation where they want to work with 10 project teams that work on projects with young people from disadvantaged backgrounds between the ages of 16 to 24. And basically what they want to do is they want to give you guys loads of seed funding, they want to give you loads of mentorship opportunities, and they want to give you the chance to grow and develop your projects as well. So it's a win-win. So basically what we're going to do on the 5th of November is that there's going to be an opportunity for you to basically go and pitch your projects and win a place on this program. So last year we had 25 projects apply and 10 projects won a place on the program. So a fantastic opportunity for people to get involved. On the day, our 10 finalists, so the 10 people who are the 10 projects get in the program, they win €1,000 straight away for seed funding for their project. So nothing, and you've already won money. And then we'll have kind of 2 training events then throughout the year. So they'll both be focused on project development and I suppose further pitching. And then we'll have a showcase event in April where you guys can win more seed funding. So we'll have funding from €4,000 to €2,000 down to €1,000. So there is literally loads of money up for grabs. So that's if you want to participate in the Citi programme. If not, we're going to have loads of events in second semester for our general programme. And so we have the likes of our Spring Summit event that we're going to host in the first week in February. And that's basically focused on project development for you guys, for your projects as well. So if you want to participate in the Citi programme, fantastic, we'd love to have you. And if you're not in a position to apply, that's no problem. You can still continue on in the general programme as well. And I suppose, so why are we here? Why are we all working on these projects? So we have the famous national competition happening on the 27th of May 2021. And if you have not attended a national competition, you are missing out because it is the best in town. So it's one of the most amazing events that personally I've ever been to. So for those of you who don't know, I was actually in the programme a long time ago now at this stage, I think well over 6 years ago. And it was a fantastic opportunity for me to kind of grow and enhance my own skill set as well, along with meeting other students who, some of them are still my best friends to date as well. So the competition is an amazing platform for you guys to come, present your projects and potentially, you know, be crowned the Enacuts Ireland National Champions. So DCU, our champions this year, went on to represent us at the global competition and they did an amazing job and they reached the semi-finals of the World Cup and they're now ranked in the top 1% of the team globally. And we also had Trinity who won the year before that and they reached the semi-finals as well. So whatever team wins, you guys, we want you to make it to the semi-finals of the World Cup as well. So there's lots up for grabs here in terms of staying with Enacuts and being involved in your projects and, you know, in your societies as well. And I know our programme officer, Aoife, who's also on the call, she's going to be checking in with kind of the teams every week. You guys, please feel free to reach out to her with any project questions, or if you've got questions around criterion or anything like that as well, please feel free to let us know. We've also gotten the call today of our amazing alumni. So we've got Matthew Hayden, Aaron Keogh and James Crowley as well, who have given up basically 3 half days of work on the sly, I think. So I just want to say a huge thank you to those guys who've given up their time to our programme. Our alumni do amazing work and we always say, you know, when you finish in college, your journey doesn't stop here with us, it can continue through the alumni programme as well. So big shout out to our team coordinators, they did an amazing job. Aoife has also put into the group chat another link for you guys. And basically what I'm going to ask you all to do is, you know, take 2 or 3 minutes now and go and fill out the feedback link. So basically what we're looking for you guys is feedback on the event. So let us know what was fabulous. Let us know things that you didn't like and things that we can improve on as well. And to let you guys know, like, we're constantly learning about, you know, this virtual world and how to make things engaging and fun for you guys as well. So if there's things you like, let us know. If you love the Discord channel, let us know. And these are things that we can implement in future training events as well. So like we always say to you guys, by doing your needs assessments for your projects, we do our needs assessments on our training events as well for you guys. So if you could all take 2 minutes, click on the link and fill in the survey. And while you guys are doing that, I'm going to call on 1 or 2 of our alumni who are on the call. So I know Matthew is still here with us, which is great. So Matthew, if you wouldn't mind unmuting yourself and maybe letting us know a top tip that you have for some of our students who are kind of in the program this year. So if you could travel back in time, what would you say to your former Enacuts self?
Look, I love it being dropped in like that, Lizzie. That's
I had no idea this was coming, so no
that's well
panic.
appreciated. Aaron, run away now. Probably just to be at the start, you can always be a little bit like unsure of yourself or ideas, and then probably even more so the Enactus Ireland themselves, like the people you're going to be dealing with. Just do your best, like to be so like worried or concerned about what people are going to think about your ideas or what someone might say about something. Like, you never know, you could have an idea and someone else could have an idea, and then the two of them could just work out together. The worst idea is the one that remains unsaid, I suppose. So if you're going to be in your team meetings, you're going to have to come up with 2-3 projects a year, probably every year, until this is no longer a thing. So if the more ideas you have, the better it is for everyone involved, and it's only going to benefit yourself more if you grow in confidence throughout your time in the program. So if you're able to do that towards the start rather than leaving it to the end, it's going to be much better for yourself in the long run.
Brilliant. And Erin, what about yourself?
My advice would be to just grab the opportunity with both hands. Like, you have a load of business advisors, different pitching events, networking events. Like, there's a lot of ways, even if you don't win money, like, you get pitching experience, you get to meet a lot of different people, you get to practice for national competition. And if you're like me, be very surprised of winning national competition and get to travel to Silicon Valley. So I think for everyone, and especially myself, you put in quite a bit, but you get twice as much out of it. And I think it is kind of influenced my career, and shout out to Lizzie for being a really good reference for me in my job searching. So it is a really good opportunity. So just use everything that you're given.
Brilliant, super. And I think you guys are just fantastic representatives of like our alumni network. So proud to still have you guys in the program. I know James was with us up until very recently, but James is also a really integral part of our alumni network as well. And as the guys are saying throughout the program, you will have the opportunity to meet, business advisors, faculty advisors, also alumni as well. So don't be afraid to ask them questions as well. I will move on now to, I know some people are dying to know who actually won the social media competitions. So this is something I love to say, that everyone has the chance to win, and in Enactus, hashtag we all win. So I'm going to hand it over to Aoife, who is basically going to let you guys know who won the One for All vouchers. And if you did win a voucher, we will send them out next week to your email address as well. So Aoife, I will pass it over to you.
Cool. Yeah, Lizzie said everyone has a chance to win, but not everybody's funny. So, no, I'm joking. Yeah.
That means
well done.
I should win one.
I should win one. I've been flat out tweeting.
FIFA wins for that comment alone.
So basically, well done to everybody who's been tweeting, putting up Instagrams, and on Facebook and everything. It's brilliant, and it just helps us out a lot in terms of like getting reach for our events. So like yourselves, when you tag us during the year, I'll always reshare it. I always appreciate when you reshare our stuff as well, because you can, it gets more students involved, and I spend a lot of time on these graphics, so it's nice to get a few likes, boost the confidence. So the winner for
Sorry,
Instagram.
can I just say something? Do you see what I have to put up with Aoife? Come on, sorry, go on, Aoife.
I'm the funny one, obviously, but anyway, on Instagram, Addy from UCD was the winner. I don't think he's here, but he made a little cute little origami and like put it on the screen. So I was like, fair play to him. Looked up the video and all. So he won €30 One for All voucher. So
Yay.
Well, I'll have to email him. He's not here to win the prize, but I'll email him after. Then for Twitter, is it Eltelia Williams? I'm the worst person in the world for pronouncing names. Alethea, there we go, from DCU, won for the Twitter competition. So we will email you after. Well done. And then for LinkedIn, it was Harsh Kandra from TUD. So well done to everybody. Harsh, you did a great Insta as well, big fan. But unfortunately, Addy just took the lead on that one. So well done to everybody. Really good work. And just if you have a few more tweets to blast out before the end of the day, please do. And I'll reshare them. Yeah. So back over to you.
As you can see, Aoife takes her social media roles really, really seriously. But no, seriously, well done to all you guys who shared stuff across social media. It was great to see all the posts. You guys did amazing, and we'll be having more competitions coming up over the next couple of weeks as well. So if you didn't win with us today, you will have the opportunity to win at future events as well. So while we're waiting for the judges to finish their deliberations, I know you guys are still filling in feedback forms, so thanks a million for doing that. We really, really appreciate it. I'm going to ask all of the students to please turn on their videos because you guys have seemed to have disappeared. I don't like when people disappear on me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly go around kind of one by one and also ask you, I suppose, like what do you guys want to get out of the Enacuts program this year? So just really quickly, so it could be anything. It could be that you want to get your project off the ground, you know, you want to enhance your own skill set. So Peter in UCC, I might come to you first.
I suppose I'd like to give back. I'd like to give back with the skills I've learned in college, but also grow the skills that I'm learning as well through Enacuts. So it kind of works two ways. So the skill set that I learned in college, I'll apply those skills to help people in society, but also by being a member of Enacuts, I will gain new skills to further benefit people in society as well, and also my own life, you know.
Brilliant, Peter, super.
One question as well about the registration for the Citi on the November 5th.
Yeah, that's not live. That'll be going live on Monday, so hold tight and Aoife will send out the details. Yeah.
And thanks very much, guys. It was a great experience. Thanks.
No problem. Great to have you involved again, Peter. Happy days. What about Suzanne? If we can hear her this time.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Is
it
okay? Perfect. Okay. Sorry, my audio is always breaking up. But I guess for this year, I really want to see us turn our projects into kind of sustainable social enterprises and see if we can make that leap and really push them forward. And also just through getting involved in these events to develop my own skills with pitching and setting up projects, because it's definitely one thing to just go to lectures, but to actually get that experience of doing it is always really beneficial.
Super, well done. And I know the judges have just joined us, so I'm going to go to one more student. So Liam Holland in UCD.
Hi, I'm Liam, and I just joined Enacuts, but yeah, I didn't really know much about it, to be honest. I just kind of seen like social entrepreneurship. I was just kind of hit the join, but I really enjoyed it so far. I didn't think it was as active. Like I'm really enjoying like all the pitches and some really good ideas there. I really like the one about the hospice. But yeah, I'm really enjoying Enacuts so far. Like as I said, like I'm 2 weeks old.
Happy days. Well, Liam, I hope you stick with us. And this is only the start of your Enacuts journey, hopefully. Great, guys. Well, thanks a million for sharing that. You're off the hook for the next while. So I am going to pass it back to Caitlin, and she is going to take you through the judges' deliberations.
Myself. All right. Thanks, Lizzie. And I love hearing about all the great things the students are going to do for the rest of the year. I really enjoy watching the pitches for Enacuts. So, all right. So the judges have made a decision and I don't have to say it. So Ove's going to come on and announce the winner after saying names correctly. This is the most stressful part. So I'm glad that he's going to take that. Ove.
No problem. And great job, everyone. I think the presentations were really, really good for something you had just like 3 days or so to prepare for. I think it was really, really nice. And I think after, multiple deliberation, the the winner for today will be the team from UCD on financial planning, right? And
thank you.
Yeah, and like I mentioned, when we were, deliberating, I mean, there were other very good ideas. I think what the judges felt were some of them, the thinking hadn't developed strongly enough, right, to warrant winning the prize. But the problem statement from everybody was spot on, right? It was valid problem statements to solve for, but we felt that the UCD team had the most advanced solution concept in terms of thinking and the level of, shall I say, effort put into how it would work, right? But like I said to the judges, I really like the auspice solution as well, because it speaks a lot to me. And like I mentioned, I will be more than happy to coach you on that idea, right, to grow it further, right? And if possible, also look at other ways that you can get support.
Wonderful. So huge congratulations to Liam and the team from UCD as our winners. Congrats. Liam.
Thanks very much.
And huge thank you again to our judges as well. You guys definitely had the hardest job. What? Oh, sorry. There we go. We're in the same room. and I are. We have microphone coordination occasionally. So with one voice this time. So huge thank you to the judges for coming on and taking on the monumental task of deciding a winner of the teams today. I never am envious of y'all having to do that job. So for one little thing that we always do with What the Hack, we take a group photo with everybody on Zoom. We usually do it in person, but COVID, we can't be close to each other. So if we would need a very large camera. Lizzie, if you would be great enough to take your share off, and I will put up the massive view or the massive collection of everyone. There we go. On my screen, I will, if everybody will come on your camera so we get your lovely faces. Wait for everybody to come on. Joseph's prepping his hair there. Do a little fixing if you need. Okay, on 3, smile, look like future business tycoons that you are, and we will take a wonderful picture of our entire group. So 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, fabulous. So that's our wrap up. This is always the one sad part about virtual events is that we don't get to then have a little mingle time. But everybody is welcome to stay on this chat if you would like to talk to anybody who is here. Huge thank you also to Lizzie and Aoife for bringing Sophie and I in to run this event with you guys. It's been so much fun to work with y'all's energy and enthusiasm. It's always great to have that we don't have to sort of drum it up for you. And then a big also thank you to our coordinators for taking the time off to come in and help you guys and keep, guide everybody. For Aaron, Matthew, and Aoife also. So that's everything that I have to say, everything I have to sort of ramble off. If Lizzie, if you have anything else to wrap up with, then I think we are finished.
No, I think we're good. Finally, just to say thanks to Caitlin and Sophie. The girls did a fantastic job running the event virtually over the last 3 days. It's been really enjoyable to collaborate with them as well. So don't be afraid to reach out to those guys as well if you guys are running virtual kind of hackathons on your campus. They did a fantastic job and they can really help you guys as well. And just to echo what you said there, Caitlin, a huge thanks to the guys in Citi, our 3 amazing judges, and also all of our mentors and our team coordinators as well. Please do reach out to myself and Aoife as well. If there's anything that we can help you guys with in terms of your projects or events that you're running on Society, please do reach out to us. And I hope to see you guys at some of our events kind of next week and in the next coming weeks as well. that's it for today. I'll let you all go because I know people are dying to get off and eat their dinner and whatnot, and probably go get some fresh air. I will be in touch, guys, over the next couple of days as well. So thanks very much for everyone participating, and I hope you all stay safe and well. So
thanks everybody.
Thanks, Lizzie.
Bye.
Thank you.
Guys,
Thanks,
well done.
guys. Bye.
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 Bye. It's the funny part. Woo.